My name is Lana Richards. I am a certified fitness professional. I am ACSM's personal trainer certified, and I am a precision nutrition coach. I think post-COVID, it's getting there. I think COVID has actually pushed a lot more people to get outside, which is a good thing. Fitness right now, I think it has made people aware that health is important and that they need to focus on health and overall wellness going forward. Leaving university, I was overweight and highly miserable. And a friend coerced me to joining Kenny and his boot camp at that point in time. I was working in hospitality, so there was lots of food and drink, and that was the life. And I fell in love with it. And it just made me feel that much more comfortable. It made me feel better in myself. And that was the beginning of the end. I got into competing with a friend, a coworker, who was training at the gym with Kenny at that point in time. And she probably did her first competition, she did her second competition, and she kept, come and try it, come and try it, come and try it. And I was super shy. I was like, no, not me, that's not my thing, And then eventually, after I had my son, she did her second competition, and that was kind of when I was like, all right, let's just try it. Because I really wanted a push to try and get back or finally get into as best a shape I could. I did my first competition in 2014. I would have entered into the national competition. That would have been my first competition. And I would have gone into the tall bikini class. I actually won that year. And then I would have done CAC that year. I think I placed third or fourth at CAC that year. But that was the start of a love for competing. It forced me outside of my own box, my own head space, and I think gave me some confidence that I had to dig from the bottom and depths of my toes. But overall, I think it did me a lot of good. The biggest obstacle in competing for me was learning to eat differently. The training has always been a fun part for me. I love to train. That's not hard, but reprogramming how you eat and what nutrition really should look like was a big change for me. Challenges, I would say, for me as a mother, balancing my time, because a lot of what would be quote-unquote peak gym times, I have to run out and do school runs, or I still have to balance time with him and homework and those kinds of things. So I think that would be my major challenge. Competition wise, I would say probably the biggest challenge there would have been cost. The cost of competing. My current goals, first of all, would be to maintain good health, especially in these times. I am pursuing a mind-body nutrition course currently, so that is actually starting today. And just to continue to help people as much as I can. I always encourage people, fitness has changed my life dramatically. And I think it makes you feel way better from the inside out. And I tell everybody, it should be a part of everybody's life.
Hi, I'm Caroline Gittins, a quarantine officer with the Veterinary Services Department of the Ministry of Agriculture. There's a disease called African swine fever that is affecting domestic and wild pigs worldwide. Even though it is not harmful to humans, it has the potential to wipe out every pig in Barbados. If you or your family members are traveling to Barbados, apply for a meat permit from the Veterinary Services Department. This permit tells you if it is safe to bring pork products from the country that you intend to travel to. Purchase products only in their original packaging that are clearly labeled with the inspection stamp. That means no bacon or sausages from the deli in the supermarket or from a butcher's shop. Do not cook it since the disease can survive high temperatures. When you reach Barbados, we ask that you declare all your meat products to the customs officer. We need your help in keeping Barbados safe from African swine fever.
Hi, my name is Dr. Ronette Boyne, and we in the Ministry of Agriculture are very concerned about the African swine fever. So what is ASF and how is it spread? ASF is a viral disease that can severely impact our local pig industry on an economic level. ASF can be spread in two main ways. Directly, that is contact between healthy, sick and dead animals, or even tissue which comes from an infected animal. Or indirectly, like garbage containing infected meat, or even eating swill. They can also get it from contaminated premises, vehicles, equipment, tools, or anything that came into contact with an infected animal. Clinical signs of this disease include reddening of the skin on the tips of the ears, snout, tail, extremities, chest, and abdomen, heavy discharge from the eyes or nose, loss of appetite and weakness, vomiting, high temperature, diarrhea, respiratory distress, or an increase in mortality. If you suspect ASF on your farm, notify the veterinary services as soon as possible by calling 535-0220 or 0221 or 0226. These simple measures are your best protection. Protect your investment. Help us keep African swine fever out of Barbados.
Hi, my name is William Beckles, and I'm the owner of Little Legion. Well, fitness has changed over the last 25 years. What I can say about that is we've seen the evolution of exercise in that persons have been trying to find ways to make it more enjoyable. However, I think that comes at the risk of safety because I've been seeing what we consider to be contraindicated exercise being done a lot by some trainers to make things exciting. And clients obviously don't know any better. They just want to have a good workout. So you got to be very mindful about that as a trainer when you want to make things spicy. You must understand the basics first before you can venture into training persons. And I would suggest you pick an area and specialize in that area, whether it be obesity, whether it be older persons, whether it be postnatal persons. It depends on what area, but don't try to cover all aspects because all exercises does not apply to all persons. How we got started is a kind of a funny story. I was a youngster back then, a very skinny guy. I was into martial arts, and I had a sensei at the time, Buck Jones, who encouraged me to get involved in weight training. So I did some weight training in his yard, but as me, the person I am, always want to control everything. I decided, you know what, I should probably join the gym first, get some information about the gym, and of course, open my own gym as I want to train when I want to, and not be limited to a time span. So I did just that. I opened a gym, obviously a very small gym back in that time. That was in 1993 to be exact. And today, 2022, this is where we are right now. Most mornings begin at 4 o'clock. I train a few clients, not that many. And then I go to the West Coast. I still do a little bit off-site training. I come back to the gym, make sure things are comfortable, make sure the surroundings are well maintained, equipment working, facilities clean, stuff like that. My main concern right now for the gym moving forward is to make sure that I have 2 trainers here who train the clients here at the gym, and I want to make sure that I maintain the equipment for them properly, the facilities for them properly. But as for myself and my goals, I I'm pretty much comfortable where the gym is at right now. I've done a lot of work in my younger days. I know I don't look that old, but I am up there, and I plan to relax a bit more now, as I've done quite a bit in my time. I subsidize the gym by offering a service to members by selling stuff to them and shipping to them as well. So that's mainly my goal right now. So mainly in a nutshell, I am pretty much satisfied with what we have done with the gym, and it is my goal now to make sure I keep the gym going for the trainers who are here, and also for my kids to carry on if they so desire. On the topic of COVID, the first lockdown, as we all know, was pretty much unexpected, and we weren't sure what the outcome would have been. So we were closed for 3 months. Initially, it was a very hard thing accepting, what was going on, but of course we had no choice. We were able to get through that. And after the first lockdown, we thought that this was it and things would have taken off, which they really didn't initially. So I had to sever all of my staff, which meant that I myself now had to take back up the mantle and got more involved with the gym again. So what that meant for me, those who know me, is that I love to sleep very much, and I had to be up at 4 o'clock every morning now to open the gym, as before the staff would have done that duty. So in my way again, trying to find an easy solution, I decided, you know what, this can't continue, I cannot keep doing this all the time. So I decided to change up how the gym actually operated. I went towards a more automated system where persons can access the gym at any given time via lock code, and that was taking care of one problem. However, we knew that COVID came again, and we had a second lockdown. To be honest, this time the second lockdown wasn't as bad, because I think we know what to expect from that second lockdown, and I had already put things in place as far as reducing my expenses where staff was concerned. Over the years, though, however, I've always tried to find easier methods to make my overheads lower by investing in water tanks, reduce my water bill. The gym is fully solar powered to reduce my electricity costs. So stuff like that would have impacted on me during COVID, where my monthly expenses were not that significant, so I could have survived. So the second lockdown, if I would say, did not do me too bad, because I said I was prepared for it. And since COVID, we were able to see membership return, in some cases a lot better than before, because we had very few, we had no cases of persons transmitting COVID between each other at the gym. We did have 3 cases of persons with COVID, but needless to say, it was not spread to anyone else. And that kind of set the tone, because it was very strict as far as protocols. So coming out of COVID, I would have to say that it was a blessing in disguise. Very tough one, very tough lesson, but I had to change the way how I did business. But I must thank my membership, because they're very cooperative and they work very well with me. Any person who is interested in starting a gym now, first thing off, you need to make sure you're certified to be a trainer. And there are different aspects of training you can go into, whether it be fitness training, recovery training, nutrition, etc. So I suggest that's the first step that you look at doing. And of course, the gym market is a very tough market. There's not as much money in it as people think, because we got to import everything, and the overheads of running a gym are very expensive. So you got to be very careful on what scale you start at. I would suggest you do some freelance work first, getting people homes or training at a location first before you decide to actually go into physical structure. And if you're going to do that, you may be better off with a personal training studio where you control members coming to you, set times, low overheads, and the staff could be a very big chunk as far as monthly expenses. So beware of that. And of course, make sure that you have all your legal aspects in place as far as safety, insurance, etc.
Hi, I'm Caroline Gittins, a quarantine officer with the Veterinary Services Department of the Ministry of Agriculture. there's a disease called African swine fever that is affecting domestic and wild pigs worldwide. Even though it is not harmful to humans, it has the potential to wipe out every pig in Barbados. If you or your family members are traveling to Barbados, apply for a meat permit from the Veterinary Services Department. This permit tells you if it is safe to bring pork products from the country that you intend to travel to. Purchase products only in their original packaging that are clearly labeled with the inspection stamp. That means no bacon or sausages from the deli in the supermarket or from a butcher's shop. Do not cook it since the disease can survive high temperatures. When you reach Barbados, we ask that you declare all your meat products to the custom officer. We need your help in keeping Barbados safe from African swine fever.
Hi, my name is Dr. Ronette Boyne, and we in the Ministry of Agriculture are very concerned about the African swine fever. So what is ASF and how is it spread? ASF is a viral disease that can severely impact our local pig industry on an economic level. ASF can be spread in two main ways. Directly, that is contact between healthy, sick and dead animals, or even tissue which comes from an infected animal. Or indirectly, like garbage containing infected meat, or even eating swill. They can also get it from contaminated premises, vehicles, equipment, tools, or anything that came into contact with an infected animal. Clinical signs of this disease include reddening of the skin on the tips of the ears, snout, tail, extremities, chest, and abdomen, heavy discharge from the eyes or nose, loss of appetite and weakness, vomiting, high temperature, diarrhea, respiratory distress, or an increase in mortality. If you suspect ASF on your farm, notify the veterinary services as soon as possible by calling 535-0220 or 0221 or 0226. These simple measures are your best protection. Protect your investment. Help us keep African swine fever out of Barbados.
Hi, my name is Fallon Ford. I'm a fitness professional, former national athlete, and I'm owner of Falcon Fitness and Performance. So how I feel about fitness in Barbados, over the last couple of years, I've seen some improvement in terms of people being active, people going to the gym. You see a lot of people walking the streets. And as a major in sports science, my major was sport and exercise. Knowing the importance of fitness and health, I feel like the increase of activity that I've seen over the last couple of years, especially during COVID, is very important. I started from a young age competing in sports. I played many sports, basketball, football, volleyball. I then went directly into track and field where I represented Barbados in the 200 meters. I represented Barbados in relays. I then went on to study sport and exercise at UWI, and I just figured that I wanted to create a career in health and exercise. So I got a job at the University of West Indies gym, and that was it from there. I started just as a floor person, working with the equipment, making sure no one injured themselves and stuff like that. But I also studied health and nutrition. I studied strength and conditioning. So I started to practice myself within the gym. And I realized after a couple of years that I was pretty good at it. I was seeing some results, and that was it. The rest is history. So a typical day for me, I come in here around 6. I spend about 2 hours, and then I head to school where I teach physical education. At the end of the teaching day, I come in here around 3 o'clock, and I start to work. I work till around 10. Currently, I work with some people in Barbados. Due to COVID, I gained an online presence. So I was able to work with some people overseas in the States and within the Caribbean. In the near future, I would like to increase my reach some more. I would like to help young people to look into different careers. So not the generic careers like lawyers and doctors, accountants. Just like the career path that I took, I like exercise. I was able to go into sport and exercise. I would like to direct children into those paths. Some of the obstacles I faced, obviously when I first began, I was not a recognized person within the industry. So it was very difficult to get clients and stuff like that. Through to working with people at university, and obviously they're posting their results. People recognized that I was pretty good at what I did, so that's how I got over that. Also, I had a busy schedule when I was working at UE because I was studying, I was a national athlete, and I had my fitness business, but I somehow managed to balance them. And basically, those are my challenges coming through the path. My advice to someone who wants to come into the industry of fitness, I believe that you need to be hardworking, you need to be disciplined. You need to surround yourself with people who have been more successful than you, and you need to take in as much information as possible. As long as you do those things, the sky is the limit.
Hey guys, here are some tips for persons who are now looking to embark on a fitness journey. As a beginner, the first thing you'll need to do is clearly identify what your objectives are. Are you hoping to achieve weight gain, weight loss, or to optimize health? Once you have identified your objective, this will guide your approach to your fitness journey. Ultimately, you will need to engage in some type of physical activity, some form of exercise. You will want to start taking a look at your nutrition and making sure that it is tailored towards what you are trying to achieve. And then you want to have a good pairing of these two things in a manner that's practical for you, given your circumstances in life at the time. It is highly recommended that persons consider engaging in strength training despite what the goal may be, as this has many benefits for persons who are looking to gain weight, lose weight, optimize health, improve posture, and other myriad possibilities. And of course, as it relates to nutrition, it is highly recommended that persons consider looking carefully at their protein intake, especially because they'll be starting exercise, and we know that protein is the macronutrient responsible for growth and repair. We also know that it tends to be very metabolic, meaning that the thermic effect of consuming protein is higher than that of other sources of foods, which means that it can help us to burn more calories. So we want to make sure that we consider our physical activity, our exercise selection. It should involve some strength training. It doesn't necessarily have to be weights in the gym, but some form of resistance training. And we want to make sure that we are taking care of our nutrition. We are going to leave out things that are not necessarily useful to our goal or don't offer us nutrient-dense wide varieties of micronutrients and macronutrients, and we of course pay special attention to our protein intake, guys. So I hope these tips are useful to you and that you can start incorporating them today.